Hello, welcome to another episode of Battle Topics. I'm your host Clayton, along with my co-host.
Laugh Hoffa.
Now we got a
Now,
special
what's up,
co-host
y'all?
today. We got Frackavelli, the one and only first-time special co-host. So introduce yourself to the world, man.
What's good? It's Frack taking up the large presence of Laugh and Stock, but I'm gonna do my best. And we got a special guest today, live from Pittsburgh. Safe to say, one of the goats of this battle shit, one of the most consistent. His Euro attributes definitely contain the word witty. Make some noise for your boy R.D. the Chef.
What's good? What's good? What's happening?
Now
What
that's an
is? What's
intro.
new?
That's impressive right there. Okay, so real deal. Just to preface this video a little bit, we're obviously talking about judging battle rap. It's gone through its waves, as many people know, and you put out a blog recently in lieu of the whole Roan versus Head Ice quote unquote controversy a lot of people are stewing up. So, just to recap that blog a little bit for people who haven't seen it, what are your thoughts on judged battles?
I think Judge Battles, man, at this stage is very fucking trash. To keep it a whole stack, it's very trash. And the reasoning for it, for people asking for it to come back, is even worse. Like this idea that, oh man, people come and they'll be, bro. One of the worst words being thrown around in battling is hunger. Like, bro, you say that about like a freshman trying to make the football team, not like a that they'll have more hunger. Like, what does that mean, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they'll
for
be more
sure.
hungry. Hungry for what, bro? They've already been paid. Like,
Yeah, like their ego is gonna mean anything.
yeah, like, bro. So, I mean, that I just seen like a flood of comments that were like that, and I was just like, okay, this is. I actually wanted to get the blog out and done before the Roan Ice thing, but that just proved my point, completely, is that battling is so subjective. You know what I'm saying? That how do you necessarily judge? Like, you know what I mean? I still have people that hit that you know what I mean? There's still people out there that are like, yeah, all that dude talks about was killing people, and I'm like, yeah, that's fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still like such closed-minded people that, bro, like, I didn't even like the style clash. I understand they had to do the battle, but Head Ice versus Ron was, I didn't even like the idea of it from the jump. Aside from the fact that Head Ice deserved the title shot, you know what I'm saying? I don't like their matchup. So the idea that you get two battlers together and then attempt to judge that, bro, like, you know what I mean? It's after one watch in the
Yeah.
building, you know what I mean? You got to try to not to mention, you know, your memory, man. You're listening to what the dude says, and the next dude goes. You kind of almost forget what the dude said before him. I don't know, bro. I just think it's very, very trash, bro. And like the idea, the reasoning that like, oh, well, people will be more hungry or they won't show up. And but yo, if people show up and just clearly take a dive or whatever, just don't book them, bro. I never got that. Like,
Yeah, saying the term hunger is almost like a special ed, like participation trophy. It's like not even like a real attribute to be hungry.
yeah, like what do they imagine in their heads, bro? Like they imagine a battler like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw some randoms out there. Hold on, bro, it's judged. Are you serious, bro? Okay, never mind, bro. Like, hold on, like, you know what I'm saying? And then the battle drops, and 90% of the conversations are about the fucking decision.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is, bro, and I struggled with this. This is sometimes you have people that speak for you that you don't want to represent you,
Mm.
like in YouTube comments and Facebook and all that shit. And like sometimes I would have just, and I don't even want to say I would have, like there would be people that would speak on it, and they would just, and then it vilifies you almost. People are like, damn, these
Right.
people rock with, you know what I mean? It's
I
Yeah.
think the
become like I've
road
seen.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think the Rowan Ice is a good example of that because you have like 99% of the Barstool sports fans trying to claim that like the Black Illuminati is what led Ice to win, and it wasn't. And like Rowan won 99% of the poll, so he should have won. But at the same time, I feel like Rowan's at home being like, "Oh my God, these white fantasy football fans are making me look like a fool."
You don't even know, bro. Like, you don't even know. Like, I've had comments, bro, and I we're on the same page, especially from white people that come across halfway racist, and they're like in my defense, and I'm like, bro, fucking Packers fan 1, 2, 3, 4, please stop commenting or whatever. Like, we are not in cahoots here. Like, you are saying some old anything, like, you know what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying to these people, and then it just, and then just. I just don't fuck with it, bro. Like, I really don't, especially when you get a battle that's that subjective. And then now you have to weigh in on stumbles or chokes or rebuttals or, like, you know what I mean? But then it breaks it down to a cornball-ass science that I'm just not interested in, bro. Like,
I'm sure for like if we pulled up the B Magic battle and looked at the YouTube comments, there'd be some fan like, all B Magic was talking about was violence. How are we gonna hurt a teacher like that?
Of course, bro. Of course, and you know what I'm saying. It works all kinds of ways. All dude was saying some jokes. Ain't nobody trying to hear no jokes. Like, why, you never laughed before, bro? It feels good.
Right.
Do it. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really whack, bro. Like, just say what you think and then just keep it moving, bro. Like, people be trying to break and I said this, which there are very, 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 very few people that I'm trying to have judge my shit, bro. Because I've been on the end of too many weird-ass judging shits, you know what I'm saying, where, me and Fresco was up in Toronto when we lost HFK and Jerome. Dude was like, I like, the dude from Cali was good. We're like, yeah, nobody here was from Cali or even close. Like, Rockford was the closest you got to Cali. He was so drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean?
So,
fuck that, man.
Back when,
especially somebody whack, like, I'm supposed to let somebody whack judge my shit. Like, hey, you're trash, but tell me who won this battle.
And that lives forever, too.
Like,
that lives forever, too. They're not going to remember your exact material. They're just going to remember the final judgment. They're not going to remember the exact judges or anything like that. You know what I mean?
And then, bro, how about this, right? This is the last thing I'm going to put, but how about this? Remember how many people hated Dirtbag Dan? Dirtbag Dan is one of the nicest people in the fucking most real, legit, authentic humans. And because a couple people felt like a couple battles he should have lost, people hated Dirtbag. Fuck that dude. He robbed all these people, bro. He did not mask up in breaking anyone's crib. He went, you know what I'm saying? And people are like, no, I don't fuck with him. It's like, bro, like, yeah, he's actually one of the most, like, legit human beings out here. You are weird. You know what I'm saying?
The battler ends up taking the brunt of the criticism when it was really some drunk Canadian dude who put out a mixtape once who's really the one making the decision.
Oh, God. Or, like, sometimes they would say if somebody sponsored something, they can judge. Like, what? So somebody threw, like, $250 towards a battle, and now they get to judge. Yeah. And then if you're going to do that, nobody's ever expressed.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, right? Nobody's expressed, like, what does the winning purse get? What does the person that wins get? Like, just to say they won? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fucking pride? Like, what kind of shit is that, man? Don't if it ain't broke, man, don't break it. Don't bring this judging shit out here.
Yeah, but we came from an era, though, like, with grind time and all that, there were records of, like, 0-3 or 9 and whatever. So, from, like, a battler's perspective, when that started waning out, is this, like, a stance that you've had since, like, the jump, or was that something that grew over time?
Nah, man. I mean, honestly, I used to be like, oh, yeah, judge battles, that's cool, man. Like, I had a fucking, like, an immature mindset on it. Like, oh, yeah, put it on the line. Like, who's going to win, who's going to lose? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, hold on, man. I'm winning a lot, and I'm not getting anything extra other than when that little intro screen pops up, another W or whatever. And then with grind time, which I don't think that they were talking about re-implementing this, but everyone should be like, you know what I mean? Dude got the first. Other dude got the second OT. Everything went to OT.
Everything was
OT, bro. Like, overtime was just OT. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, this is beyond trash.
We got to
You know
see
what I
that
mean?
OT.
Oh God, if we saw an OT,
Bro, I'll be honest with you. One of the things though the judging did do for me, bro, and it's hilarious, is when I battled the Saurus, and there were some people that thought I won or whatever. People like it kind of gave me more. It made me more likable.
Right.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Because
You know
the
what I'm
underdog.
saying? Especially when Mac and Thesaurus battled right after that, and he was like, yeah, thanks to Uncle Mac. I really didn't give a shit. I was just juiced that he took the battle and gave me the opportunity. But it would actually made me a little bit more likable in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So I can't front like it's never done anything for me. And I think I got a sweet ass I Am King clothing check the one time, which was fucking phenomenal.
Ooh,
nothing better.
But yeah, I was dipped.
give
I
me
was
those double
real
XL tees.
Yeah, and it was like 300 in I Am King clothing, so I was dipped for a good bit. Yeah, no, judging is overall trash, man. I think Don't Flop just had the title match, same deal, man. There's already people.
Yeah.
Soul got robbed, and Soul literally went on himself and was like, I think I lost. I didn't watch it. Soul might just be modest, but
That battle was
it
heat.
never stops. I didn't see it. I heard it was real, real good. Soul is incredible. You know what I'm saying? So I don't doubt it. And Shocks is good too. So I don't doubt it. But it'll never stop, bro. It'll like the fucking debates back and forth. It'll never fucking stop.
So you were talking about how like it's too subjective. And there's been like this age-old argument, like, is battle rap an art or is it a sport? And like you're a sports fan, and what in the entertainment world would you categorize battle rap under?
Oh my God, it's 100% an art.
Yeah.
And it's funny you say that, and it's spot on because some people really do take this sports shit because they'll say something like,
It's like boxing.
yeah, Verb, he used. No, not even just that, which that is also ridiculous too, right? But they'll be like, yeah, Verb, man, he used to be dope. I don't know what happened. Like, yeah, maybe he blew his ACL out. It's fucking crap. You know what I'm saying? He's still the same fucking purpose, bro. Like, what are you talking
He's
about?
benched.
People will legit act like, yeah, like, oh, I fucked with him back in the day. Like, his points per game are down or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're watching Patrick Ewing on the Raptors. Like, homie, it is rap. You know what I mean? People don't understand what goes into a battle that turns out to appear fire. And I say appear fire because, people throw around, we can all agree the word classic far too much.
Yeah.
But you need so many different ingredients to make a battle have that feel. The crowd needs to be great. When I say great, I don't mean over-gassing. I don't mean dead. That perfect medium. Both, people got to bring. So people are often just swayed by crowd reaction. I've seen Verb kick some hot-ass shit to some dead-ass crowds. People, man, where's that Verb to battle Hitman? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you're going to have to bring that crowd back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's 100% an art, bro. Like, I mean, it's, it has its niche, and it's gotten obviously bigger and whatnot. But, yeah, man, and in the same token, man, like, I would also like to see, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is branching off topic, but I would like to keep it at battle rap. You know what I mean? I know motherfuckers are now bringing shit and props and shit. I've never been a dude really for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're trying to do real weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I remember people still lose their mind over that K-Shine shit with DNA. I was not really the biggest fan of that. Dressing up as a professor and bringing out, like, bullets. I was kind of like, yeah, that's a production, bro. And why is that allowed to exceed 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
but to play devil's advocate
you need
a little bit,
you need to get Professor Shine a substitute teacher job.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude really brought. Did he have? Am I imagining, or did
he had goggles, bro? He really had goggles.
Yo, you know what I'm saying, bro? And people were like mind blown, and he just broke down with DNA. I mean, he did it witty. I'm not gonna, I'm not really gonna throw all kinds of shade on him, but I thought he could have just done it without, that. I mean, that's just a loose example, but you know what I mean. I would like it to stay at battle rap, man. I think the more that people start to agree it's the other, or another thing is they'll be like, when they use the word entertainment, now people think they got to add weird shit to it. Nah, bro, just rap and say some fire ass shit. I'm on board with you, bro. I'm not hard to fucking, win over. once you start doing some old left field, like I haven't watched Disaster and Serious Jones yet, but and Diz is a monster. But somebody was like, "Oh, he brought some dude out that like robbed him or something."
Yeah. That's a completely
I just
different
don't
story.
care.
That's a completely different
It wasn't that he
You know what I'm
robbed
saying? Like,
him.
I don't
I think he
care.
like
I
had
just don't
sex with
fucking
one of
care.
his girls or some shit. It was some real
Yeah, it was
gossip,
weird, man.
like
It
some
was weird. That's
Yeah, like I
Hollywood
just don't
housewives of battle
care,
rappers.
but to play devil's
bro. Like
advocate a little
the
bit,
only way I can.
going back on what you were saying about is it a sport or is it an art? Whenever you come with the whole it's subjective and yada yada, a lot of people break down. It's like, yeah, well, so is sports kind of like when calling fouls and refs doing like being biased a little bit this way or that way, and they try to write it off as just being similar to that. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I don't even think it's in the same arena. You know what I'm saying? Because there are rappers, battlers that people hold in high regard that I think are absolute trash. You know what I'm saying? And who am I to be like, I'm the be all end all opinion? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't. The thing that changed, I feel like at least in every sport I can think of offhand, you score. There are scores. People keep score. There's point systems. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing in battling. You know what I'm saying? You can try to, create your own, but it's not official. So,
Yeah.
Some people think, punchline. Some people are fans of punchlines. Some people, obviously like, different approaches and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? There are some people, and this, again, with Disaster, for some people to come out and be like, Disaster's whack and garbage. How can you say that, bro? Like, for real.
Yeah.
How can you say that, right? Now, you might not like one of his performances. You might not think he's where other people put him. But I believe that there are some people in this shit you can't say are whack or garbage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say they're garbage. And there's still people who will come out and say somebody like Disaster's garbage. You might not like him. You might think he does extra.
Disaster's like the John
garbage.
Cena, though, of battle rap. Like, people either love him or they hate him. There's, like, no in between.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I guess John Cena tries a lot harder to keep an image that's likable. So
John Cena is the John Cena of battle rap.
Yeah, John Cena's a John Cena. Yeah.
But, there's no other way to spin it, man. Like, just fucking, I just say, like, man, just watch it, and enjoy it, bro. Like, this whole idea. And like I said, if you start offering things like, okay, the winner gets an extra boom or whatever the case may be, okay. Then let's talk about potentially introducing judges and coming with some kind of concrete system. But when you're just saying, when the primary reason I'm seeing pops up is, then people will be like more motivated. Like, what? Or, okay, so let's say randomly, Arsenal is like, I'll come to iBattle and battle E-Fair. Why not? Now all of a sudden you're like, yeah, we're going to have 5 judges. He's like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So you fucking up a plate for Pharaoh or something. You know what I mean? Like, because nobody's trying to go out there, because even if no one puts a lot of stock in it, it's still going to get used. People will still bring it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that instead of the potential of Arsenal coming out and not giving his best showing, he just won't do it. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of battles now, and I'm sure you guys probably think the same, that at the time I thought one person won, and time has passed, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that.
Oh, for sure. Like, I've even heard people say about Roan and Ice. People say that. And that was just not even a month ago. People say that.
And all the watch battle shit, watching old Awkwards battles and seeing like how the style
or I'm gonna give you one right off rip. Iron Solomon and E Ness. I was there. I was like, oh my God, E Ness just got drugged through the whole building.
Yeah.
The more you watch it, you're like, woo. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying E Ness won. I'm just not saying he didn't at this juncture. Now that's a battle that's what, 5, 6 years old. You know what I mean?
Do you think that plays like a big role, though, dude? Like I've seen a lot of fans say, yeah, judging's cool, but we need to have like X, Y, and Z watch it a day after and like watch it back on cam and da 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 da. You know what I mean? Because that plays a big role because they only see it on cam. They only a few hundred saw it live. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
what
So
about
they're
this,
seeing a
Real Deal?
final
Like,
product that the other people didn't see.
yeah, what
Well,
about
you
this?
even take that, right? You're going to have people that take Fresco. You're going to have people that say, I don't give a shit. What he writes is incredible.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have people that say, yeah, but his believability is, he shouldn't be saying this shit.
Oh,
his
God.
believability, I'm going to go with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you have Fresco versus Head Ice, let's say, right? I don't give a shit what nobody said. Fresco outpens Head Ice 100 times, right? Like, Ice just kind of did his thing. And people use these vague blanket statements. And don't get me wrong, like, Ice has what he does. You know what I'm saying? He has a demeanor and the whole nine. But there's going to be the people that just appreciate writing for what it is. And then there's going to be people that say that. There's going to be people that be like, yeah, I didn't think Roan's angle about Ice being broke was that good. Question is, would they thought it was better if the crowd would have reacted more? So does Roan get penalized for battling last in a 2-day event? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe the angle
At 3 in
I'm
the
not
morning.
saying it was, but yeah, maybe the angle was actually genius. But you've got people that have been standing around for 8 hours drinking fucking Canadian beer. You know what I'm saying? Just dead. You know, and that's what I'm saying. So it comes across a certain way. Like, how do you even? There's just too many. I mean, like I said, even if a sports game, somebody scores, man, and somebody scores more, and if you want to say, okay, this ref was on some goofball shit, there's still 100 other plays that you can point to that there were actual points, things happened. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, yeah, the battle wise. And then if you notice, man, back in the day, like, you know, the minute you, quote, choked, yeah, he lost. First of all, you used to lose the whole battle. Yeah, I would have gave it to him, but then he choked in the third.
Yeah, if you just ran it back.
Then it started to be like, well, you know, first two was close. You choked the third, I got to give it to the other dude. Now there's some people like, yeah, even with the choke, he probably took the third round. It's like, wow, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
that brings up the argument, too, about – go ahead.
Judging to me, man, it's just not where it's not hot unless you want to start putting some things up. You know what I'm saying? And even like you look at Total Slaughter, and I'm not saying I'd have to watch it back even, but even Royce the 5'9", he's not a credible judge to me. He's not a fucking credible battle judge. Why? Because he can rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, these motherfuckers in the industry, they don't do what we do. They can't do what we do. People think Joe Budden is the messiah of this rap shit. He looked kind of shaky on that battle rap stage. You know what I'm saying? And it's because, you know, that's why there's people that are fans of us that are, you know, out selling millions of records or whatever, because they cannot do what we do. And a lot of times they embarrass themselves when they attempt. And fewer, you know, and then remember, people thought, you know, obviously this is, you know, gone down a rabbit hole, but people thought cannabis was a goddamn god with the rap shit. But it's a whole different world. So I wouldn't even be comfortable if it was like, okay, we got Budden, Royce, and Kendrick judging your shit. I'd be like, let me get 3 different judges, bro. Straight up.
Budden's about to be like, yeah, that one dude was too happy. I give it to other dude.
Right. Like, they, you know what I mean? They're making sure they don't, as far as my shit goes, man. And then, so what are you going to be, that dickhead dude at the venue that it's like, all right, yo, you guys are up. It's time to get mic'd up. Yo, yeah, we got the judges and shit. Half the time they don't even tell you who's judging. Or they'll say real quick in passing while you're getting mic'd up, yeah, man, we got, you know, we got Nameless, we got, you know what I'm saying, we got Pharaoh, we got, you know, blah, 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 Bangs. Is that cool? And then at that juncture, you're like, what am I going to be, the dickhead that says no?
Yeah, Roan's going to be like, nah, man, I need some more white judges.
Yeah.
Right. Then Organic's like, yo, Bangs, yeah, man, he said he saw you drinking earlier. He's not cool with you judging.
What? Yeah, because then it turns into like you twisting the votes too. Because like, oh yeah, I only want my friends. I only want my friends to judge my shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he said he saw a picture with, you know, you hanging out with dude on Facebook. He said he's not cool with this. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Roan said you're a bit too black, Nestle. We got to get Nameless on the case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Nameless created a whole system for it, bro. Like, yeah.
And he was wrong almost like every title. He was like the one opposing vote.
He just like put too much thought into it. Like, that's the thing. Like, here's how I judge. Okay,
the decimal points and shit.
But even at that, I watch, and if if there's something I don't really fuck with about a battler, sometimes it's hard for me to look past that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Everyone's
try,
got bias.
I try to watch it and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'm just like, man, I just don't fuck with, you know what I mean, his cadence or whatever. And it could be something that, bro, they can't even control or whatever. But like I watch it, I'm just like, all right, ooh, okay, that was hot. You know, but I personally, you know, if we get in the nitty gritty, I deduct for trash. Like if you say some trash ass shit, like I don't, and I also look, you know, if you got 3-minute round and I can remember 2 punchlines you said, even if they rung, that's a trash ass round. What the hell were you doing for 60 other bars? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think this is like interesting too, because I feel like some would say that Real Deal is in King of the Dot title contention. So I guess the devil's advocate question here is like, if you're up to be the next King of the Dot champ, what is the system that would make you most comfortable? Is it having 2 live judges, having 2 at home, watching it a week later, having a pay-per-view poll, like a talkback poll? Like, what would make you feel most
well, I
comfortable?
mean, I think any poll that you do is going to be skewed, bro. There's just no 2 ways about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like people hate Cortez. Cortez wins. He wins, bro. He legit wins. I watch. I'm like, okay, he won. You know what I mean? And the battles might not move you or whatever the case, but he shows up to win. He wins. But people can't fucking stand him. You know what I mean? Or the reverse. Like some people were just wild. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. Some people just like to troll. I don't like the poll ideas. If it was the King of the Dot thing, man, you know, I'm not going to ask them to reinvent the fucking wheel for me. I'll just go with the 5 judges and, you know what I mean? It'd be what it was. You know, I would definitely like to know who they were far earlier than getting mic'd up or something. You know what I'm
for
saying?
Sure. Right.
And I would hope that they would be, you know, and obviously, you know, Frag, you're well aware, like almost everybody in battles, like we cool, man. We don't fuck. Like rarely is there any beef, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I doubt it would be someone that I'm like, oh, this dude's out to fucking, you know. And obviously that's what sucks about now people are calling into question Marv 1's credibility. Marv 1 ain't out here to fuck Roan over. He's cool with Roan. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He felt how he felt about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You got people that are the people that are so mad they just type like it was a 3-0. How dare they? I'll tell you what it wasn't was a 3-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just upset about the outcome. You're just saying anything now.
And right. One thing I noticed about that battle in particular was, and a lot of judge battles now in this era of not so commonly judged battles, is that people very rarely steer to attacking the battlers themselves and turn their aggression towards the judges on their faulty analysis.
Yeah.
Rather, and I would just like backtrack and be like, if they wanted judging to be a constant thing, what battler in their right mind would volunteer to be a judge, knowing that they're going to get ridiculed till the end of time for something that they have no part in? You know what I mean? Would that deter you as a battler if they came to you and said, "Yo, Real Deal, I want you to judge this head ice Roan"? I'm sure you would, after seeing this, you'd be like, "Okay, let me take a step back and know that I'm the deciding factor. Millions of people are going to see this and they're going to flip out on me, not on Roan or head ice. They're going to flip out on me at the end of the day."
Not to mention, man, we do this, and we you know we're regardless of this idea of judging, we're prideful. We want to win. Now I would suck for me if I had to go like, damn, I fuck with head ice and Roan. This is hypothetical, but be like, I think Roan lost. You know what I'm saying? I got to be like, I got to put that vote in. He's gonna see it, and there's no way he could tell me at the end of the day he won't think in his head, damn, that's fucked up or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, maybe he won't, but this is my thinking at the time.
I just shared the link to that dude's album. The fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, and I've never been mad. I've only been mad. Here's another thing I'm gonna throw at you for the judging battles, right? Whatever happened to time limits? Okay, that's cheating, bro. Straight up. I'm not even trying to be a fag, bro. But if you're telling me it's 3-minute rounds and you rap for 6 minutes, that means you didn't have to go to one of the most. Yo, Frack, I think you'll co-sign. One of the most difficult fucking things to do in battling is trimming your shit. You know, damn, I got too much. What to keep, right? because you're like, damn, I'm gonna have to scratch that. That's too much. So if you don't even got to go through that, you're just rapping. Nobody's stopping you. It's crazy nowadays that people get mad that they got stopped. It's like, my guy, we told you it was 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Diz does that every
And here's what
battle.
happened.
He'll rap
Yo,
unlimited
I'm
and
gonna
still
tell
be
you the
like, I
truth.
didn't get it off. You didn't let me get it all off. It's like it was unlimited.
I'm gonna
3
tell you.
rounds.
Oh my God! And tell me this ain't crazy, right? So they'll say that. Then they'll start the next round. They'll get some reaction 12 bars in, but that was still first verse. It's like, hold on. So now you're about to you're about to violate on the second verse? And, bro, that's why people don't ask me to come co-host battles as much anymore, because I dropped the hammer down, bro. Like, I'm like, all right, man, you 4 bars. No, I got another 8. Well, that's going to put that on the shelf, bro. Change some words around and hit somebody else with it, because that's violating. Bro, it was me and Roan, speaking of, right, against Roosevelt and Troy Brown. This is years ago. There was bread on the line. And Roosevelt, right, he goes, yo, I know it's supposed to be 90 seconds. He was like, we got like an extra 2 bars or something. I was like, I can't. I don't give a fuck. This motherfucker really bamboozled me, bro. He rapped for like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? And we
Be careful of us Jews, bro.
By a 16-year-old, bro. And he, you know what I'm saying? And they won like 350 bills on it. I was salty as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
350 bills in New York, that's like 2 Heinekens. Bro, like, and that's what I'm saying. So if it's gonna come down to money or a spot or fame or some shit, I want some kind of, bro, like I lost on BET to like crowd participation, which is also one of the wackest things that's ever come around to judge. You know what I mean?
Got you on BET. You talked about his Paco jeans. That shit was legendary.
Oh yeah, but I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. There's just so much weird shit. There's always going to be some other agenda that goes into it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we was doing that. I was supposed to battle Ill Will in the next round. They tell me that day, nah, they said you and Will had the best battle, so they want to save that. So they're going to battle Skull. I was like, I don't know who this is, man. I was like, bro, Spurs are in the chip against the Heat. I got to go back to the hotel and write. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. But the point being is, as far as judging, man, the only one I'd be interested in, obviously, if it was some kind of title match. And then, obviously.
Oh, yeah, well, let's talk about this. Yeah, you speaking of Dirtbag Dan being an epic human being, you're coming out to my territory, the Bay Area, for the Royal Rumble against a crazy cast of characters in July.
Yeah.
I was in one of those, and it actually came down to me and Caustic at the end on a Twitter poll. And like he has like 25,000 more Twitter followers than me, so obviously he ended up taking it over me. So you're gonna be in one of those with Ilmac, Marv, with some fucking legends. Are you gonna change your material, or like how do you feel that you're about to be in a judge battle?
I feel like if just from checking it out, you know what I mean. I checked the last one out. I'm gonna sit down with a couple more of them. I feel like in a thing like that. It's kind of throwbackish, man. Like, obviously, I don't think people are going to go in there wasting bars about prior battles or battle history. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to get back to the roots. You know what I mean? You're fat, you're short, your ears are big, and you teach. Like, fuck it. That's just funny. That'll never not be funny. And I would like people to stop saying, yeah, anytime you mention this in a battle, it's an automatic loss. You talk about JC dancing. Why? He did that.
He popped and locked, man. He really did that.
What? That's why when people are like, bro, you think like, don't you ever get mad if people keep rapping about you teaching? No, it is funny to be a rapping gym teacher. That is that's goofy as shit. Just be funny with it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be trash. It's an angle that when you say some trash and you had a gold mine, I'm just more disappointed. Like, damn,
right.
For real, that's where you went. So, like, I think it'll be back to just funny, witty retorts. It'll open the room for rebuttals. I think it'll be more feel good. And I look forward to that sometimes, man. Like, I really, really, Marv one funny as shit, Mickey funny as shit. Mac has a dry sense of humor that's funny, you know what I'm saying, and sarcasm. Like, it should be, no, I don't expect Big Gerald shit to come out or no shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
Frank Stack's just going to do a life-ending angle on you.
once you put Frank Stacks in it, like how do you, seriously, you're gonna be that dude to like try to seriously character assassinate Frank Stacks. So no, I think it'll be fire, man. I'm excited about it, man. Like I think it'll be real dope, man. Sometimes, those battles end up being, the best kind of ones. So I'm juiced about it, man. Personally, I definitely wanted to get out San Jose. Hopefully they got love for your boy after last year's Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right, because Toronto was a little upset. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
One thing about that Rumble, though, this kind of plays into what we were talking about a little bit before, where you were talking about, judge battles is cool as long as there's some prize at the end or some incentive. With the Rumble, there's $2,500 on the line, and the difference between that battle in comparison to a one-on-one battle is it's less of you beating your singular opponent and more of you almost having quote-unquote performance of the battle. So like they've been offering the performance of the night incentives, the battle of the night incentives, and you often see that like really kickstart a battle event in its entirety. So that right there highlights what the effect of like performance.
Those though. I do like those.
Yeah.
I like battle of the night. I like performer of the night. And I could be wrong, but I feel like they added that to the fold like after the battles were already done. I feel like they were like, yeah, we're gonna add $1,000 for whoever you. I could be wrong, no one. But
I think they did it before at the Back to Basics 3.
Oh, okay.
So they knew before.
Yeah, I know they did it at the bunker a little bit, but I know it was definitely because I think they did that just to like really put the fire under their pants. You know what I mean, and like really kickstart their motivation, quote unquote hunger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now we're talking, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so it ain't. Of course, I recognize, like, there's $2,500 on the line, so I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna just go out and just try to be whack. But I realize it's not the same kind of that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be. I think more from what I've seen. You know what I mean? It's feel good, more like performance based. Which is good, which is cool, man. Sometimes that curveball. Because I got 2 battles coming up, and I'm sure they'll both be a little bit more serious. Not when I say serious, I don't mean like I mean, you know what I mean, like in your face, rapping, trying to tear the other person down. Bro, like I like to laugh as much as the next person. I like to clown people too, man. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know that dude is gonna have some fucking hilarious shit. You know what I mean? Especially like Stacks and Marv. They're just naturally off the cup funny characters, but shit, and Mickey's, you know what I mean, that's his shit. So
and it's left up to the fans, if I'm correct, right? It comes down to a fan poll. There's not like designated judges for that, right?
Yeah, the first one ever they did it in the building. Then for my second one, they did it Twitter poll.
Nice.
And I think what's cool with that is, Frack, you touched on something that and I think. The people that they brought in it all have, like from the Rumble that just happened at Frank Stacks won, I think that was cool because Frank Stacks didn't have as big, maybe at least to me, a following as like a Caustic or something, but people still was like, nah, he won. So that was cool. So I don't really worry as much about, you know what I mean? Something like that, but I could definitely understand in your case, it coming down to something like that and you being like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's gonna be real fire.
Totally off topic.
So anyways, really we will go into a little segment we call off topics, where it's a little different pace, a little lighter than before. Might get a little off hinge a little bit, but Frack's got the first question. He's gonna start it off and we'll just let ball roll, man.
I wrote these in the style of Laughing Stock, so bear with me if they're not as funny. But real deal, you often do collages for your bars. Do you do those for all your bars or just the ones that go over heads? And do you use that same method in class to teach lessons that go over heads?
No, so the photo, bro, I'm not going to lie. Like if you're talking about like the kid getting killed on Pet Cemetery, it's a funny ass picture. I don't want to sound like that sounds terrible, but you get what I'm saying? like I'm like dude from Aladdin. Then you put that little picture there, and it's just funny. Nah, bro, I don't have the time to draw shit up for my kids. You know what though? I just introduced to a man in zone defense, so I have been, you know what I mean, going a little to the photo grid on the. I got the poster board paper, drawing up zones and stuff for them. So, you know,
kids
but
these days need that, man. They need that
wouldn't-
social media interaction, all that.
Bro, the kids don't, bro. All I am is sarcastic to them all day long. They don't get anything, bro. They just look deer in headlights all the time, bro. It literally gets me through the day, man. It's incredible.
Oh shit! I accidentally brought my bar collage. I meant to bring my zone defense. Let me switch those real quick.
Yo, it's a trip, man. Most of them, it's funny. Like they don't know I rap because it's just not. It's not conceivable to them. Even though last year I did a rap for them. Like my principal asked me to do a rap.
Oh yeah.
That Nene wave, bro. The building was on fire.
Yo, it was real funny though, bro. Like to them it's just like a weird thing that like some of them I feel like don't even, you know what I mean? So they don't really, and some of their dads or whatever, like I'll see in the morning, they'll be like, yo man, when you back on URL or whatever, you know, so dad said you rap. I'll be like, nah, like and I'll literally say real dumb shit like, how can I rap and be here at the same time though? They'll be like, yeah, you right.
For real,
like, all right, man, get to class, bro. Yeah, get to class, bro.
So
but
speaking
yeah,
of that, I saw a statement the other day. You are very active on both platforms, URL and King of the Dot. I saw a statement a fan wrote, if URL is the most respected, then King of the Dot is the most respectful. What do you think about that statement? Because I think there's a lot of truth behind that, but I wanted to get your input.
The second part strikes me as weird. Like I understand it's a play on words, and it does come across like but what does that mean? Like respectful to who? The battler? Like
well, for example, like you versus A-Ward, you see a lot of fans get turned off about like the battlers not being cutthroat, and like you guys are dapping each other up mid-battle, and it really takes away from like a lot of fans' experience of like, what? They're friends outside of this? This can't be. You know what I mean? And that's. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I thought at first when you said it, I thought they were talking about like the crowds or whatever, because that's the one I've heard for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
King of the Dog crowd, like they're real. They won't turn on you or on something. I'm just like, well, why? I mean, they should. Fuck that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's. I mean, they definitely have a more loyal fan base in the sense that I'll go to a URL event and people will legit be like, man, I haven't seen you since the snow battle. What you been up to? And I'm like, battling 35 other times. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Right.
Whereas King of the Dot fans are just battles. Yeah, King of the Dot fans are just battle fans. Like, you know what I mean? They like, they rock with King of the Dot heavy, but they watch Smack battles too. And again, right. I'm not trying to make a blanket statement because obviously there's URL fans, but I think URL, and sadly, the sad part is some of those diehard URL fans making some real dumb statements. So King of the Dot's all jokes. It's like, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that, you know what I mean? But so I don't
fuck with laughter,
obviously, Yeah, bro. Like I ain't laughed ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. Nah, I wouldn't. If I was King of the Dot, I wouldn't want to wear that slogan. Like, "Oh, we're the most respectful." That, you know what I'm saying? Almost
come
like,
here.
We'll
respect you.
Yeah, like.
If you choke, we'll cheer you on. We'll be like, "You got it. You got it."
What's that make don't flop? The most proper.
You got it. It's okay.
God,
we're with you.
Cheeky.
The most cheeky.
Yeah, bro. Like I hate, one of the most awkward things is when someone's choking and you hear a random voice like, come on, man, you got this. It's like, ooh, this is bad. This is worse than I thought. Like, come on, bro. Oh, get it back.
We got your back, bro.
Get it back.
Oh, God, that's terrible, bro. Like that. I think some people should be booed, bro. I love when URL crowds boo people for saying a reach or something trash. On the same token, though, URL crowds at times will cheer for something that's trash, and then later how's DNA going to say 2 hands next to the 12? It's like, yeah, but people reacted to it.
Yeah.
Right.
They embraced it. Now they want to look at a clock and be like, "Ooh, that was dumb as hell." Like, you did react at the time, though.
So that leads into our next question, because speaking of URL fans, seems like a lot of URL fans want to see you with the white smack rappers, with the Mike P's and the Snows. But you have a URL battle coming up, so how does it feel battling your first half-white rapper, Reaper Rail?
I see that, right, bro? The Mike, bro. I just didn't. The Mike P. Okay, so the Mike P thing got introduced, not as much by URL, but like the fans. And it didn't puzzle me as much that they just mentioned Mike P. I can understand the simple idea of it. Oh, another white dude that's doing his number. Boom. But to act like, nah, that don't have nothing to do with you guys being white. I think it'd be a cool bet. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro.
I don't
like,
see race,
Yeah, like,
bro.
oh, Big K versus Louise,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh, and man,
Oh God, bro! Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to be the gatekeeper of like white people in URL. Like the final boss. Like I'm not trying
the
to.
final boss.
You know what I'm saying? So
The final
right,
mailman.
you know what I mean? Like yeah, right. Like I'm just at the end. Like the Reba battle is cool to me. Just because it's just something different, man. I'll just go battle and say some hot shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I can't lie. It's not like I've been like fucking scoping him from a distance, pause and being like, yo, that's who I got to battle. It's like, nah, bro. Like for real, he said something one day like, yo, we should battle or whatever. And he said on URL and someone else was like, book it. And I hadn't even watched the battle of this. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And then just because like I got a project out, I'm trying to stay relevant across the board, the whole nine. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I watched a couple of his battles since then or whatever. Yeah, so it's like, it's cool to me, man.
Awesome. That leads into my next question. Actually, you were talking about your project, the Mount Oliver project. So you just dropped that. Fire. Everyone can check that out. I'll put it in the description of this video. So in regards to that project, you have many
Appreciate
features.
That, man.
So my question is, how many battlers did you have to quote unquote build with before the project was completed?
Oh, it's your boy Abraham Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? I build, I link. I'm Bob the Builder, bro. You know what I mean?
Bob the
Bilderberg, bro. Nah, I mean, honestly, bro, it surprises me how many battlers, they don't do anything with music. I mean, again, I'm not knocking them. It surprises me because I wonder, like, okay, well, what's the ultimate goal? You know what I'm saying? In a sport that's so subjective, I just call it a sport. In a fucking art that's so subjective.
Oh, damn, man.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, credibility shot, bruh.
No, I think that's why, though. I think because people think it's a sport, they're like, I don't need to push any music or anything. Like, I'm just doing this for, like, the adrenaline, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, like, that's a great feeling when you walk up the stage and people are like, yo, you know what I mean, that's dope, or whatever, it's doing, oh, that's great, but, like, what does that translate to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm trying to ride the wave, knowing that, in my head, in my heart, I can compete with anybody in the circuit. You know what I'm saying? And I think Big K one time in an interview said it was perfect. He said, if you don't think you can beat anybody in this shit, why are you doing it? You know what I mean? Like, just to be mid-tier or, like, just to be passable, like, that's a waste of time, bro.
Especially if you don't have any music or anything to promote.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, it's, with me, it's the ultimate promotional tool, man. But as far as battles, I always try to, throw some on the album. Like, so for this one, I got production from 100 Bullets, man. And I know, like, sometimes 100 Bullets on social media is not some people's favorite person. But, bro, he makes fire-ass beats, and he's actually a cool-ass dude, bro. Like, he does be saying some left-field shit, but fuck, you know what I mean? I'm not making a track with him for his political beliefs, you know what I mean? So, he produced a couple joints, Nestle produced a couple joints, you know what I mean? And then I have a track with, I thought would be cool to just put a bunch of different rap, different countries on it. So I got Bender and
I saw that on Don't Flop music video.
That's just Kruger video for it and shit.
Yeah, and it's cool, man, because obviously with all the traveling stuff, man, you get an opportunity to meet so many different people, man. Because my local scene is fucking trash, and Pittsburgh's local scene's been very trash. Like, there was a small pop with the Wiz and Max shit, and then there was 100 people attempting to rap like that. You know what I mean? And it was just whack. So for me, majority of the time, I'd like to go elsewhere. You know what I mean? And do projects and tracks and shit with other people. So it does surprise me though, because I remember, obviously Scribble days and shit like that. Everybody was pushing something. Everybody had something. And now people would just be like content, like, nah, yeah, I just battle rap. I'm just like, all right, cool, man. Whatever gets you going.
All right, so last question. Back in the day, you told Cortez your son would beat the shit out of his. How did you prophesize back then that your son would turn out to be the vicious dabber that he is today?
You know what? I can't take all the credit. I was probably thinking he was probably going to only dab maybe twice. And I think it was at least 11. You know what I mean? And so listen, bro, the story, I just got the story yesterday because I just told my son about putting the video up. And apparently, I said, first of all, Trev, I have a lot of questions. My first is, what was happening? What was the celebration that led to this? So I guess it was an anti-bullying fucking thing.
Who's
and
dabbing
the
the bullies
lady
off?
presenter, which I don't know how this is relevant, but this is my son's words, not mine. The lady had ADHD, okay? I'm not making this shit up, all right? So she said how she deals with it is like, doing something on the side sometimes. So she said every fucking 15 minutes during this presentation, we'll just dance. So she made the crowd do ADHD things, right? So my son, she did it 3 times. He said, my son, sometimes he's real smart, but sometimes he misses the most obvious shit. He's like, yeah, they picked me every time. And I guess he didn't put it together. That's because he took it that serious. They were just like, I got to put this dude back up here. So that was the 3rd time he went up. So if you count all the dads, it was probably upwards of 30. You know what I mean? So
dab for a cause, though. Dab for a cause.
He knows exactly how to eradicate
I
bullying.
have ADHD. Yeah, I have ADHD, so I'm going to allow you guys to experience that with me. Every 20 minutes, we're just going to fucking stand up and dance and then get back to talking about bullying. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
he's like, yo, this is kind of dope, actually. I kind of like this.
Yeah, just right on a hard point, too. There's agencies you can call, and then the music hits, everybody clap their hands. He was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
This is a serious condition. We need to take this literally, and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, dab, 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 dab.
Yeah, what goes into, I just don't, I think ADHD and bullying should be 2 separate presentations.
It's like time crunch, budget cuts.
Seems almost counterintuitive.
You know what? The ultimate 2 birds with 1 stone. We'll just fucking. So I was like, all right, that's because I remember he was like, it was an anti-bullying rally, and the presenter had ADHD. I was like, well, Trev, what 2 things do they? I guess maybe she got bullied for it. Is that where this was going, or?
Yeah,
I don't fucking know.
And she's like, if I got bullied for it, all y'all going down with me.
Right. So I was asking him too, I'm like, Trev, did it bother you that the dude next to you was not nearly as invested as you, or because the black dude next to him, the little heavy black dude, he's just doing the old Temptation stomp and click. You know what I mean?
He's like
playing it safe. He's playing it safe.
Yeah, the dabbing was, and his face was the most incredible. And then the crowd in front of him too. Because I was asking him, I was like, did you just attempt to not look at the crowd the whole time when you did it? And is that a good thing? Because if you look at the crowd, they're just kind of like, okay, yeah, he's doing that. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, bro. He's a brave soul, though, man.
Hey. At least he wasn't judged, man. He would have taken it 3-0.
Yeah, right. In the sport of dabbing. Dabbing is a sport.
Dabbing is a sport, but not battling, no.
Dabbing is a way of life,
full
bro.
Circle.
Awesome. Another full circle ending. Well, we appreciate it, Real Deal. Amazing conversation. Probably one of my favorite episodes, for sure. We'll definitely be sure to check out Matt Oliver Project. The link will be in the description below. And you got 2 battles coming up. Be ready for those. And where can we find you, Real Deal?
Yo, man. So, yeah, man, definitely check the Mount Oliver Project out, man. I'm on Twitter under real_deal raps, Instagram, Real Deal PGH, Facebook, Real Deal, or Trevor Weller. Yeah, man, I'll be in Bakersfield, Cali for a battle. Yeah, so I'll be
It's
there
summertime. You're
in
freed up.
June 20. Yeah, there we go, bro. Alice Cooper, school's out for summer, man. So,
From Ireland all the way
now
to
the
the
work
exotic
begins, man.
Bakersfield.
Yep.
Yeah, right. I mean, you don't think of one, you think of the other. I take it, but yeah, June 11th, I'll be on URL in New York. You know what I mean? I'll be out in the late July. You know what I mean? So, and hopefully we'll see what's cooking with this NASCAR. But no, I appreciate everything, though, fellas.
Yeah, we appreciate you being on. Hopefully we can get you on again. Maybe get you on like a hotel battle or 2 for Ruin Your Day. Maybe get you on some of these watch series. I don't know. Maybe keep you involved, man. It's summertime. School's out for summer, man.
100%, man. I appreciate you guys.
All right, I appreciate
All right,
it. I'll
Real
talk to you later, man.
Peace out, my guy.
Have a good night, bro.